GM. Can everyone hear me all right today?
Yep, GM.
Perfect. Welcome to the DAO call. So it is going to be a short one, I imagine, because there's been nothing happening on Snapshot
Where is it now?
for a little bit, but I'm assuming once we fully load onto base with the Snapshot update, things will start rocking again. And I'm sure end of summer has something to do with it too, but yeah. So nothing on Snapshot. And first up, we are going to have Bifu. He has an update for us on the Dapp features he is working on. So if I get Fifu up here. There we go. Ooh, I'm on a new device today. You'll be very proud. I don't have my old computer anymore. How do I get someone on stage now? There. There we go.
GM.
Welcome,
You hear me?
sir. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So hi Foreign, hi Coderdan, I know Futuristic,
Morning.
and hi everyone. So just an update, and I will probably share my screen and do a quick demo about how it's been going with what was at first called the BRS optimizer. Was part of the features that I'm working on for the Dapp. And the fact is, when I started working on it, I had a simple plan and a very simple and I think wrong vision, meaning that if I optimize overall the BRS of a wallet, meaning make the best combination between the wearables and the gotchis, it's going to perform better during rarity farming. And basically, I was super wrong on that one. And so I started to think about it. I had some discussion with some people that are here in the chat, like Phantasma, who give me some kind of hints. So I basically switch the context a bit. The feature is not anymore about enhancing the BRS of your collection. Now the focus is on enhancing your rewards during a rarity farming session. So the idea is that I'm going to share my screen to show you. I need to be on. I'm going to put it on my wallet, for example. Yeah, and let's do that. So yeah, I kind of switch strategy because I felt what was described in the proposal. You see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so I felt like what I proposed, what was accepted, and what was funded, it was not in the end what people were expecting. People were expecting a page in the Dapp. They go, they do a few clicks, and then they have a better configuration for the next rarity farming. So they are going to win a bit more GHST or a lot more GHST at the next rarity farming. To me, that was what people were thinking about. So that's wait, the screen. That's what I've been working on recently. So this is the prototype of the page. It's a little dashboard with my collection. I have 10 gotchis. ISBRS actually is 706. Lowest is 530. And my estimated rarity farming current revenue for one rarity farming session is 349 GHST. So I deep dive a bit into how variety farming rewards are calculated, and I kind of implemented a function that simulates how much I'm supposed to get as a reward from each variety farming season, depending on how much reward is put on the how much GHST is going to be rewarded through the entire season and all that stuff. But the thing is, there is one element that changes, not every time, but that, in my opinion, changes a bit every time, is the fact that you can't predict how much GHST you will get for a Gotchi just based on what is the BRS of the Gotchi and some mathematics. Because there is an element that is based on the BRS of my Gotchi, where is it ranked on the BRS leaderboard? I mean, if some people changes their configuration left and right, a Gotchi that has like this one, like my best 606 BRS, it can move from some position just because some people have been tinkering their own configuration left and right. So that's part of the element. So right now, I used the how can I say, the leaderboard for 1 week ago, and I took what was the ranking like 1 week ago, and I put it in a function and I use that. But it will have to be refreshed, I think, every day when the Dapp is live with this thing. But enough talking. If I just click on the Variety Farming Optimizer v3, that is basically going to look at my actual config and is going to try to make some improvements about this configuration. And if I click on it, you see it's going to parse all my Gotchis, try to make some permutation between some variables, try to change some stuff. And in the end, it's telling me that it's been able to optimize, so I get, it's an estimation, 58 more GHST. So in my case, it's a good result because it's like, it's more than a 10% increase. It's something like 15% increase. It's not unusual specifically on my configuration because I played a lot with my Gotchis when I made Gotchi configs and stuff like that. So I've been dressing and dressing left and right. And I know my configuration is not fully optimized. So I'm not surprised that I'm going to get a better result with that tool. And then I see the new configuration. So you can see previously my best Gotchi was 606. Now we moved, it's the same one, I think, to 612. And overall, if we compare that screen with my inventory, I had a lot of unequipped variables. And basically, he tried and put best variables on the best slots. And he improved my configuration that way. And so here is the result. There is one thing also that I need to mention. I think this feature, as I'm presenting it to you today, it's not what was expected in the proposal, but I think it's more or less what people were expecting from the proposals, and I would like to have some feedbacks on that. Because just a BRS optimizer, I think it means nothing. I think what we want is, because they rename it, people want a RF optimizer. Like they want a no-brainer feature. They go in and they just have to click a few buttons. You have a apply result that is going to make all the changes on all your variables all at once. And they just want to have their configuration enhanced very easily for the next variety farming. So yeah, I don't know if some people have some questions or, well, at least the main thing I would like to know is, am I on the right path? Is it what people were expecting when they voted yes at the proposal, basically? And
It
no,
sounds fine to
the
me.
calculator is not live yet. I'm doing my best to make it make sure it works all cases as fast as possible, because I was not expecting the season 11 relative farming to be there that fast. So that's how it is. So there is also one thing I need to mention. It's the fact that the thing is, I'm pausing the screen share. I'm going to switch wallet. And I'm going to use a way larger wallet. I'm going to show you how it performs on one of the very large wallets of the community. Not going to give his name, but I think he will recognize himself. So the thing is, if you have a very large wallet, like the one I'm going to show you, the thing is the process is a bit slow, okay? Do you still see my screen?
Yeah, it's back up.
Okay, it's back up. So this wallet has 226 gotchis. Highest is 817. He has a ton of wearables left and right. So it's a very large collection. It's the one from someone in the chat. And if I launch the same process as I did on my own collection, the thing is going to take a few minutes. But it's going to enhance from, I think it's going to gain 1000 GHST or something like that. Steph, can you also recommend the best set of wearables for Gotchi? No, it's not part of the scope. The scope of this tool is really to improve with what you actually have and try to make it perform better in that area.
Sets kind of are included, right? I mean, you could make an argument that they could be, because you could have wearables in your inventory that could make a set that you're actually not using properly. But it could be, you could get a small, it's not a huge bonus, but like a small bonus to the BRS by assembling the right set. But I mean, I agree. It's definitely kind of a rabbit hole. It's pretty complex.
Well, how can I say? In the end, because I end up having a function that is able to tell me this Gotchi with his current configuration, he should get that much reward. Basically, when I try to optimize configuration, and I'm not sure it's working correctly this time on this configuration. It was working 2 hours ago, but I was working on it. Every time it tries to improve a configuration, meaning the only thing the algorithm focuses on is after switching one wearables to with another on between two Gotchi or a simple operation like that, does the overall estimated rewards increased or not? If it increases, it's a good swap and we keep it. If it does not increase, it means it's not a good swap. And you see, we're starting to pick up. Like we increase the revenue by 2 GHST, and it's going to get higher and higher with time. But yeah, you can see it started like, I don't know, 1 minute ago, and it's going to take like 7 to 8 minutes for one of the largest wallets that we have. So the algorithm is not optimized. Clearly, it could perform better, but so far it works. So it needs a few days to be fully optimized. Thank you, Phantasma, and yeah, and thanks for the tip, because Phantasma is the guy that told me in the end the only thing we want is our collection to perform better and to get more GHST on rarity farming. And that's what I decided to focus on, because it seems like it was the right thing to do. So overall, I see that the comment seems pretty positive. So I keep working in that direction. The only thing right now with how it's going to work is that it's going to try to optimize a collection that is, how can I say, that already is already doing okay. Meaning, if you have like 50 Gotchi, they are all naked, and you have 200 wearables on the other side, and everything needs to be applied somewhere and so on. In that case, the V2 version of the optimizer that I worked on before will perform better than the V3 version, because the V2 is going to first the V2 starts with every Gotchi naked and every wearables unequipped, and then it tries to go with like the idea of we need to put we start with the best Gotchi, and we try to put the best sets that are fully compatible with him, and the best wearables that are fully compatible with him, and we start from the top and we go to the bottom, and then we try to polish a result. So yeah, that's where we are actually. So I don't know if there are some questions apart the one from Steph.
When you click apply results for such a big collection like this one, are we going to hit any gas limits or anything? Because I imagine there's a lot of equipping and batch equipping happening.
Honestly, I haven't tried. I tested on my collection and it works. I'm pretty sure we're going to hit some limit. So I think I will have to chain transaction.
Yeah, you should probably try to batch it or something like we do with petting.
But I think that's, if there is an example of how you do it in this Dapp with petting, I will certainly reuse it.
Yep.
And yeah, I expect it to happen, honestly, because even if in this case, well, yeah, in some cases, obviously, there is going to be a ton of transaction.
Yeah, there's one example in the batch, like pet all button, but you could probably, if you knew what the call data was for the transaction, maybe you could like pass it to us. We can run some simulations and like see what the max amount of gas might be, that like how many gotchis and transactions can you do before you hit an upper limit. Like you don't want to use
Rabbi
a whole
is
block.
not going to tell me the simulation is going to work. What you mean that the simulation is going to work, but if I really send the transaction, it will fail, yeah? So far.
No, I mean, like, say that you had like 1,000 transactions you need to do, but you can only fit in 300 or something into a block. We don't want to use the entire block either, because that it kind of penalizes you. So you might want to say, all right, you have 8 transactions. I'm going to lay those out for you, and they're going to be they would progressively be sent to the user to confirm, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I should stick to a limit like every 100 batch action.
Yeah, something like that.
I kind of shrink. I cut. I make some chunks or something like that.
Yeah, and then like tell the user like you're now confirming like 1 of 9, something like that. 2 of 9, 3 of 9. Yeah, it looks good.
Okay.
That's very cool.
Thank you. Thank you. I cannot show it right now because it's not on the same branch, but I also completed the batch landing for Gotchi. The UI is a bit like, it's not the same as the one I had on Inverse Analytics, where there is not the picture of the Gotchis and stuff like that, but it's a bit close, meaning it's really made for handling big collection of Gotchis and select all, batch landing, batch cancel, batch claim, and stuff like that. The idea is really to have something that runs smoothly when you want to do those action for group of Gotchis. And regarding the last feature that was part of the funding, which is also the batch listing and the batch listing of the wearables, we kind of hit a wall with PG when we started to work on it, because there was this issue with Hernani's work when he implemented that part, where basically there was a chunk of the contract that is part of the diamond, and that has been, of course, migrated by Pixelcraft. But there was also a chunk of the another contract that was specifically tied to the Orion website. And this one, basically, it has never been migrated to base. So we are, PG has been in holidays for the last week. He was not available. So we should take care of that, and we should be able to move on and to also work on that feature in the next weeks.
Awesome, yeah. Did you ever get, maybe, I guess we're waiting for PG, but from what I saw from Hernani, he seemed open to helping with deployment if there's anything that they need to do on their side. That'd be really cool to get that deployed on base. I think we'll have some use cases for wearable lending coming up. I mean, even the optimizer could be, there could be a use case for that where people put their wearables up for the next couple, like for season 12 maybe.
Yeah, there is some interactions, because you can decide, okay, I'm going to lend some wearables to people for their IT farming and so on. And so yeah. But so far we need to ask PG, but I didn't get any news from Hernani or whatever.
Okay. Let me know if I need to ping him again. I mean, he was pretty responsive last time.
Yeah, we'll see, but we were not in a rush. PG was away, and we plan to do that in the second half of September. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And yeah, that's all for me. So I will try to keep people updated. I would love to be, obviously it's not going to be live before the next snapshot, which is this Monday, but I will do my best. And if one way or another, the thing can be live before the next snapshot, or if we can put it on a staging instance before the next snapshot so people can play with it. I think that will be very cool, because I'm already receiving DMs left and right for people who want to have some access to it. But no, there is no staging or thing like that. Actually,
we got
it's
about
only
10
running
days.
on my computer. You need to send me your keys, guys. I'm sorry.
We should have, if you need a review from our team this week, we've finished up most of the heavy Dapp stuff, so Masi should be fairly free to do any review or help you if you need anything this week.
I'm not gonna lie. So for now, it's a bit of the code is a bit of a battlefield, because I had to change a million stuff a million times. So I need to clear that thing at least once before it's clear enough to be sent to you, because it's not the typical code you produce when you make a Dapp and when you work with elements on a page or something like that. It's really a lot of loops and conditions and those kind of stuff. So yeah, a bit dirty for now.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, that really looks like it's coming along nice, and that is going to be here super soon. So yeah, that looks fabulous. I'm looking forward to giving that a whirl. Thank you for your work, sir.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Oh, that's something cool to look forward to in the coming days, because yeah, next snapshot for RF season 11 is on the 22nd. So somewhere around that vicinity, it looks like we'll have some cool new features. Oh, I don't see any other questions there. And PG did a quick little post there. He has deployed the Orion marketplace contracts, but is still working on the batch functions with Hernani. So things are moving along nicely.
I just read that update. So yeah, so we're getting close, and all three features they should be there within like 3 to 4 weeks, big maximum, I think. Yeah, I hope in 1 month I can be in everything can be released into in the next 4 to 5 weeks, I would say.
Cool.
Beautiful. And are you waiting for all three parts to be ready to do it, to release it, or are you going to release them one by one as they're ready?
Well, honestly, I plan to original plan was to do one by one, and the thing is, when I finished the first feature, I was then moving to holidays, and when I came back, Pixelcraft teams they were in the middle of the migrations, and I saw they had a lot of stuff on their plate. And basically, there was no really need for the batch landing features to be deployed. So the people that really wants to use it, it's still available on my own Dapp versus Analytics. I migrated that thing to base so people can still use it there, and it works. So I say, okay, there's no rush, focus on the next one, and then we see how we deal with that. So I feel like we should do one release for the first two features, and then the wearable listings, I think it will be a separated feature that will be released later on.
Perfect. Very cool. Well, thank you very much again. And I think we can move on to the next discussion, which is just an update, hopefully from Ditchy, with how he's going with the legal counsel interviews and searching. So I have seen in the audience, are you able to come up, Ditchy? Nothing new to report. There we go. So we have our interviews scheduled. So it looks like next week or next DAO call, we can get the goss on how these interviews have gone and which firms have been contacted and where that's at. So that's pretty cool. Definitely something we want to be moving forward with, so that we can wrap up all our legal bits and bobs, get our ducks in a row. So with that, and yes, Kododan, I would stake 100 ghosts into my gotchi for a skin. But so yeah, so does anyone else have anything else they wanted to discuss or bring up? The forums have been super quiet. Not much discussion going on there at all. So everyone's busy playing Gotchi Guardians or whatnot.
I'll add something
Just
very
watching the chat
quickly.
there.
Yeah, I'll just add something very quickly. The Gotchi Guardians are at the very beginning of conversations with Cryptoon Goons. They're now called Bad Bad. They're going to be doing an event in Miami. So we might be seeking to co-sponsor the event and kind of run like a Airbnb together. We've done so many events specifically in Miami over the last 3 years with the Cryptoon Goons. So we're waiting for more specifics, and I'll let you guys know as we get that information. But sometime next week, I should have a call with them, with Mr. Seb, so we can figure out more details on potentially having our presence there at Art Basel this year.
Very cool, very cool. Are there any other events in the pipeline that we have any plans for? I don't remember when. When does your current funding run out for the greeters?
I think it's in November, so we will get funded, I think, in the next 2 weeks for the last quarter of funding, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll probably be ETH Denver. I mean, not ETH Denver. Art Basel. I believe Mr. Seb said there's a event on the European side that we might be looking into, and then it's really just those two events for the last quarter that we have planned at this, or potentially planned at this point. We were prepared to go to base camp, but that's so short notice, and we can't get in either, so it's not going to happen. But yeah, we're keeping our ear to the ground to see kind of what else will be there. ETCs will be the end of March, so for those events, we'll have to reapply for funding for the next year. We haven't really talked about that because we've just been kind of focused on this year, and there hasn't been a ton of events that we've attended. So we're going to figure this out, and then whatever, we'll come back to the DAO and talk, I guess, in the next coming months.
Very cool. Do you have any ideas where that EU event is going to be?
No,
Or is that still
Cannes.
mystery?
yeah, that's outside of my.
Lovely.
FIFA, were you saying something?
Which event were you talking about in Europe?
Let me check my messages because I forgot the name. Mr. Seb mentioned it.
ECC?
PGW 2025.
PGW is Paris Games Week, so it's in Paris.
Okay, yeah. So it's like more of a
And
gaming.
ECC has been confirmed to end of March, and it's in Cannes again,
Yeah, actually, I had
but not
somebody.
in full summer.
Yeah, I had somebody reach out to me about ETH Phoenix. Like this is a new thing, but they mentioned it. It was Aztec from QuickSwap, I think. He messaged me and asked me if I'm going out there or if Aavegotchi will have a presence. And I'm like, I've never heard of ETH Phoenix, but yeah, I'll look into it. I guess I have no idea when it happens, but there's a few events that are still happening for the year before while we still have a budget.
Cool.
Are you guys
Very
planning to
cool.
renew the budget? We are doing fewer events, but that could also mean that the budget goes longer.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. Our team obviously got smaller with T-Bird passing, and Light Piglet is basically tapped out. So it's just me and Mr. Seb right now, kind of, planning things, which is why there hasn't been a ton of movement. But if he wants to continue on, I'm down. I tend to just handle the media stuff, like the on the ground media and grunt work. So I don't really have a big appetite to run the administrative side of things. But I don't mind doing BD type stuff and helping to organize like the actual event stuff. But like I'm no good for coordination. Like we were talking about going to an event and bringing the arcade machine. I don't have a license, and it's like I can't Uber with that all over New York. So it's kind of limits us to a degree. But it really will depend on Mr. Seb's sentiment and the DAO overall if they want to continue doing this.
Radio. I think the general sentiment with the Gotchi greeters has been overall positive. So I think it would be sad to see that not continue on. And like Coda Dan said, with less events, the budget does go further. So I think it's nice to have us always ready to deploy to some event. But yeah, we'll see how your discussions go, and if anyone else wants to jump up and take a more hands-on role in the greeter team,
Yeah,
and
the good
reach
thing
out
is
to No
also
Future or
we've
Mr. Seb. And
sorry, yeah. The one thing is the good thing is I think we've learned over the years, and maybe Pixelcraft can agree with this. Like sometimes booth ownership, like or having a booth at these events, doesn't really work out as well as you would think for the spend. So it's better to just like attend and network when appropriate, like not just go and party, but like Basecamp's a great example of that. Like that would have been a great event for us to go to because you're gonna have you're trying to make community connections at this point and lead to partnerships that will help eventual asset sales and just the growth of the Aavegotchi ecosystem. So I personally don't think like unless it's like more specific like stuff in Europe, in the US, having booths at like ETH Denver, I don't even think that's worthwhile anymore. It's better to just partner with other projects to host events and then to network through other events because then the cost is so much less. You just have to get people to the city, pay for the accommodations. You're not really spending money on a booth, which can be $10,000-$20,000. It eats up a big part of it. And you make an agreement to bring the arcade machine, then you can figure out the logistics of that. If not, then it's just a lot of it's just BD, like trying to find partnerships for Pixelcraft and the DAO. Before we, like with Lost Local there, it made it a little easier to try to work towards stuff for Pixelcraft. Now it's a little different because it's just us kind of there on behalf of the DAO. We can't really speak for Pixelcraft, but there's ways that this can evolve and keep going. But I definitely don't think we need booths at any of these events anymore, honestly.
Yeah, it looks like the booth days are probably not as big as they used to be. But it's always fun teaming up with other communities, and if we can make good connections, then they definitely do seem to have more of a result. So very what do I have in the chat here? Yeah, like Snishova was saying here, ECC, no booth, but partnering up on side events, great visibility, cheap budget, win-win-win. So definitely looking forward to more events, and we can see what we can come up with for events that are worthwhile attending, because we don't want to just show up everywhere. And then, yeah, we can hopefully look forward to some more readers' presence for the next budgeting period. But I think that one is probably not going to get too much resistance with the DAO. It's definitely been a positive funding. Oh, well, does anyone else have anything they want to jump up with? Anything that's happening?
One thing I wanted to
Mhm.
mention, just based on the results of the kind of informal poll we did, apparently Discord polls are good enough to elect officials now in countries, but it was an informal
Absolutely.
poll. But the spillover mechanic, we have a little bit of bandwidth on the Solidity side now. So I'm thinking we're gonna go and try and remove the spillover mechanic for now, and see what people's reaction is. I don't think it will be contested too much. And in the future, when we get a spillover mechanic back in the verse, we might be maybe put it back then, or maybe we don't. But yeah, I just want to let people know that there's going to be a change on that mechanic coming up soon here.
Wonderful. Yeah, Discord votes seem to be pretty powerful now. I'll see if I can find the post for you there that I saw about it. Here's my. Um,
But yeah, that's it from our side.
Yeah, and that's all I've got as well that's on topic. So yeah, everyone jump into the forums. We still have a few topics that haven't resolved or come to a decision one way or the other. I know my community coins thread has gone silent, but there was no major negative feedback. So if anyone wants to refresh that idea or any of the other threads that are still knocking about, jump on in and hopefully we can get a snapshot running again. But when do we think it's going to be fully up on base? Did we have a rough idea?
It should be next week. We will have the
Next
glitter
week,
contract
perfect.
out. We'll update all the strategies are basically ready. We're just waiting for the glitter contract, and so we don't have to ping snapshot over and over again to get approvals for everything.
Absolutely.
So yeah, very confident that it's. I was basically reviewing everything right before this call, and it all looks good. So yeah, we should have that out by next week.
Wonderful. Looking forward to it. on that Twitter post about Nepal if anyone missed that wild news. But yeah, that's all I have. So thank you everyone for coming by, and we will see you all next week.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Ciao, guys.
Peace.
Take it easy, everyone.